Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Today we're talking about the US Embassy in the Philippines, which is in Manila, and we're talking about my visit to the US Consular Agency in Cebu City. And I'll tell you a little bit to make your visit a little bit easier. Number one, they no longer do walk-ins, so you need an appointment. So you need to go on their site and make an appointment ahead of time. I was able to do that. Actually, I went there last week and tried to walk in, and they said, no, for what you need to make an appointment online. And so I did that. In fact, on Friday, I was able to make an appointment for Monday already. That was very fast. They had two spots open, 8:15, 8:30. I'll tell you a little more about that after going there. But anyway, there are a number of things that you need to know. Number one, they don't allow cell phones inside the building. When I arrived, I'm not sure how the embassy works it up there, but they have a guy it's in the Waterfront Hotel on the lower level of the Waterfront Hotel in Cebu City. There's also a Waterfront Hotel over across from Mactan Airport on Mactan Island. So don't get confused with that. This one is in Cebu City across from IT Park, not too far from Ayala Mall. But anyway, they will not allow cell phones. I did not bring mine because I had read that. Now, if you do bring it, you can either leave it with somebody that's there with you, or the guard will take it when they let you into the building. They tell you to take everything out of your pockets, put them in this dish just like at the airports, and your cell phone, and the guard will keep your cell phone, put it away, and return it. You go through a metal detector, you take everything that was in your pockets, put it back in your pockets, except your cell phone. And then they give you a number, and then they let you into another door, and then you wait until they call your number, and then they'll tell you what window to go to, or what door and window to go to, depending upon what you need. And then they have their numbers were colored, also color coded. Um, so the two things: you need an appointment, and you cannot have your cell phone inside the building. They did have a water dispenser there if you wanted water. They did have a number of books. I don't books and other things. They had a lot of seating in there, which was good, but not that many people. Maybe a dozen people in there when I was there. It took me a total of 1 hour to get everything done. And the appointment time, they let me in at my appointment time. I think I had to wait 10, 15 minutes before they called my number. Here's another thing you need to know. They do not take, well, if you're going to pay cash, they will take Filipino pesos or US dollars. But, a very big but, you need exact change. They do not give change. And they will not take tips. You can't, if it's $9.99 and you only have a $10 bill, sorry, that's not going to work. So I helped. I gave one guy 10 pesos. He was short 10 pesos. I gave him 10 pesos. Another American, he's living on Leyte. And another guy, he had lots of money. He had lots of American money. In fact, he's been here, I think, about 20 years. But he had lots of $100 bills. And he had a lot of Filipino money, but he did not have the exact change. So anyway, I talked to him for quite a while, and I said, well, if there's an issue, yeah, I'll pay for yours with my credit card, and you pay me your cash. And he did that. And because he didn't have the exact change, he gave me a few pesos extra over that. But anyway, that's very important. You need the exact change. Well, how will you know what the exact bill is going to be? Well, you need to have a lot of small coins and bills, I would say, just to make sure that you understand and have the proper amount. Otherwise, you're gonna have to leave and make a new appointment, which would be a big hassle, obviously. But yeah, there were Filipino families in there, groups of Filipinos in there getting things done. Not sure what. They do not handle in Cebu. They do not handle any longer Social Security type issues. You have to handle that through the embassy in Manila. Now, last week in May, they had a bunch of U.S. Embassy staff come down for one day. I think they do it a couple times a year. And they just dealt with Social Security issues down here. So there was a big lineup, and I'd read about that. And I went thinking I could get in and take care of my situation, but they told me, no, it's not Social Security related. You need to make an appointment. A couple other people showed up today outside and talked to the main guard, and he told them the same thing. You need to call the number, talk to them about what you need. One guy wanted to report his marriage to a Filipina to the U.S. And I'm not sure why you'd want to do that unless somehow um, they'd been living in the U.S. and she'd gotten some citizenship or something. And I don't know. I don't know. But he wanted to report his marriage. There were several people there looking to get a legal capacity to marry form filled out. It's one page sheet, very simple. Uh, Put your name and your. I was never married. There's a bunch of check boxes. I was never married. Next check box. I was married to so and so at such and such date at such and such place, and I was divorced at such and such time. Another check mark is my wife died at such and such time. Another one, if you were married several times, there are other places for marriages and divorces to be filled out. They do not have the information to check that. So I had to get my daughter to send me all the details from left all my paperwork in the U.S. And it is what they do is a affidavit, what they call an affidavit in lieu of legal capacity to marry. And you fill that out, and after you pay for everything, you sit down. 15 minutes later, they called me back in and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that everything here is legal? Yes, I do. And okay, sign here, and just exactly the same you do in your passport, and handed it back to him. He put his official stamp on it, congratulated me, and that was that. There was another guy there applying for a new passport, and I had JRC Visa Consultancy take care of that for me. I've gotten lazy. I used to take care of everything myself, but I really appreciate what JRC Visa Consultancy and Immigration Services can do. I just hand things to them, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Um, and anyway, I've done a lot of videos with him. Many of you know who he is and have used some of his services. So yeah, I think the easiest thing, if you have a credit card, and like this other guy trying to extend his or get a new passport, he didn't bring a credit card along either, so he was in kind of tough luck there. He didn't have exact change. He didn't have a credit card. Um, I had not read that about the exact change. I think I had, but I had forgotten about it. And I had quite a bit of pocket change and a fair amount of money in my pocket as well. But anyway, he paid me back. I paid with my credit card. My cost to get the notarization was $50 exactly. Easy enough. And I think if you want to get it for whatever, if you're getting 3 different things notarized, it's $50 for each item that you're getting notarized. But let's just go down here. Like I said, this is Cebu City, the consulate office, and it tells you They provide passport and citizenship services to U.S. citizens in the Visayas region and nearby provinces by appointment only. And they have a number of things you can, including cases of death, arrest, missing persons. With welfare concerns, please contact us by emailing this. And when you email them, my thing is you'll get almost immediately, you'll get a computer generated email. Thank you for emailing us. We'll get back to you just as soon as we can. Passports and citizenship services, passports page. You can fill out all of the information that you need. Passports are good for 10 years. And yeah, I just got another one. Turnaround time for passport processing is 6 to 8 weeks. Now, if you only have a 2-month extension, 8 weeks, 2 months, you have a 2-month extension, and you've got mailing time in there. So you could, which happened with me. I overstayed like a week or something, I think, in the end, getting everything done, and paid a very small, I think, 500 peso fine or something like that. Anyway, there's other links down here. Citizenship page. Consular agency is offering limited notary services for certain types of documents only. See our notarial services webpage. I can get that, and that's where I found my copy of my legal capacity to marry form, and information about Social Security benefits and Veterans Affairs in the Philippines also is available on the embassy's website. So yeah, they don't handle it here in Cebu City. Also a telephone number. You can call that number if you don't want to wait for an email response. And a few months ago, I did a video about how to renew your U.S. passport. But anyway, I'll jump. Apply for or renew U.S. passport. And they have the information down here. Renew an adult passport by mail, age 18 and over. Apply in person. Apply for or renew a passport in person. All the information. And then they have other information. Forms you need. Find the form you need. You can go down here, whichever one pertains to you. And there's some other information down here too. Forms, photo requirements, emergency passports, special issuance passports. You can fill out the correct form or find information about your passport status. Travel.state.gov. Find the correct form. Remote services in Angeles City. Okay, they're going to be in Angeles City on June 4th. At the there must be is there a consulate up there, or where are they going to be? Message for U.S. citizen Social Security Administration outreach at consular. Okay, this is what it was. Here's remote, so there again, remote services June 4th in Angeles City. And where's that going to be? The VA team will be available to assist with benefits, medical services, and more. Health support. I don't see where it says they're going to do that at. If they're going to rent a hotel conference room, something like that. Yeah, emergency assistance, information, alerts for U.S. citizens, read alerts for U.S. citizens, enroll in Smart Traveler Enrollment Program STEP. Tell them where you're at, what you're doing, if you plan on returning back, all that type of information. So if there's a problem, they can have a better idea where you're at any given time. I did it when I first came here. I don't think I've kept that up to date. Philippines Travel Advisory. I don't agree with this. There are parts of the Philippines, southwest part of Mindanao, you might not want to go there, especially if you're a Westerner. Anyway, exercise increased caution in the Philippines due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, and kidnapping. Some areas have increased risk, yeah, but the Sulu archipelago, including the southern Sulu Sea, due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, kidnapping. Yeah, that's Marawi City, Mindanao, due to terrorism, civil unrest. Fair enough. Other areas of Mindanao due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, kidnapping. I don't know. I believe Davao City is considered one of the safest areas in the country, and they put these blanket statements out. Um, the Southwest Sulu Archipelago, Sulu Sea, Level 4, do not travel. Marawi, there was a, I don't know, 6, 8, 9 month war down there with Muslim terrorist extremists who took over the city, and the military went in there and pretty much demolished most of the town, killing most of the terrorists over the course of those many, many months, and also destroying most of the town. Mindanao, except Davao City, Davao del Norte Province, Siargao Island, and the Dinagat Islands, reconsider travel. Uh, Even CDO, there's several areas that are pretty safe. I'm quite certain. I've talked to a number of people that are from that area. I've gotten emails and comments. Anyway, depends on what your personal risk level is, of course. But yeah, don't be stupid. That brought us over to travel.state.gov, and you a lot of information: U.S. passports, international travel, U.S. visa, intercountry adoption, international parent-child abduction, replace or certify documents. Lots of information online these days. So anyway, I hope that helped, and let us know in the comments what your experience has been in the embassy and consulate. And safe travels. We'll see you in the next video.